Alright, so we have a new chapter of Kaiji. Chapter 317. This one is called Error. We've just had the ransacking of Kaiji's mom's apartment by Endo and his men, which ultimately led to failure. Complete and total failure. They did not find our boy Kaiji. But I don't know what they did wrong. I don't know how they lost. I saw one theory, and I'm sorry, I can't remember if this was a comment that someone left on one of the previous videos or if this is a comment I read on Manga Decks. But I think it's a pretty good theory. That Kaiji is friends with the guy that works in the restaurant that wears the motorcycle helmet. And that Kaiji swapped outfits with him. And that's why there was that other lady that was dressed kind of like Kaiji's old women outfit. And why they didn't see Kaiji leave. That's my guess. That's my guess. I don't think Kaiji was just hiding somewhere. Because I think if that was the case, then Fukumoto would have given us some clue. Fukumoto would have left some area unsearched, given us some sort of feeling of at least hope that we could figure out where Kaiji went. Well, they couldn't. But I feel pretty confident that we searched just as hard as could be searched. Like, we, the readers, left no stone unturned. So, no stone unturned. So, I think Kaiji's out. I think Kaiji has been gone. That he went out in the motorcycle helmet. I think that's a really good theory. Because they went out of their way to talk about this guy, the motorcycles to the family restaurant to help out. I feel like that information is going to pay off a little bit. Okay. We'll find out. We'll find out what error they made. All right. You played a game of shogi. Oh, I just read the first chapter of a new shogi series in Shonen Jump. What a coincidence. Anyways, playing a game of shogi in which he securely, certainly, and solidly approached and moved his pieces towards checkmate. Expected to have tasted down the Osho, the king. And yet, for some inexplicable reason, suddenly that very Osho piece had vanished. Why weren't you there, Kaiji? I think he already left. I think he already left. He went out in the motorcycle helmet. That is my guess. And the one who came last night, went in the entryway connecting where Kaiji's mother lives, that mysterious old lady, was that not actually Kaiji? Is that what you're telling me? So now Endo is doubting himself. He's doubting the very intuitions that had led him here. And I'm sure that's a pretty awful feeling. Like, think about it. He's done all of this work. He's made all these people work overtime. He's made them do all of these proactive defensive measures. They raided in. They broke into a building. They took all sorts of risks there. And now it's like, not only did they miss Kaiji, but maybe he had never been there in the first place. Like, maybe he had no basis for doing any of that at all. Which is even more devastating than if they had been doing, they had the right idea and the right intent, but just failed in execution. To have the whole time not actually been any closer than they ever had been before to catching Kaiji. That they were at square one the entire time. Must just be so brutal for Endo. So is that something he's willing to realistically consider? That Kaiji was just never there? No, the monitor and the lookout team, taking all the into account all the information gathered from these guys. The sheer fact that even though a whole night has gone by, they still haven't come out. I mean, someone who doesn't live here found a way to stay here. Putting everything together and considering all of it, he still thinks Kaiji is there. I think in the end, he's still... The old lady that came that last night has to be Kaiji. It's more than likely Kaiji. Kaiji. Oh boy. Oh, the subordinates. Oh, what can they say at this point? Do we get to go home? Is that what the last... After staying there all night? And a whole shift before that? Do we get to go home? What should we do now, director? You and the night shift can go home. There we go. Finally dismissed. Obviously, the morning shift. The graveyard shift needs to stay too. He's not willing to give up yet. He's still on enhanced security, still having one more team than normal. Still maybe with some plan. Or rather, he's like, all right, we still got to remain on absolute watch until we can think of a plan, until we can come up with some other place that we can flush Kaiji out of. Kaiji wasn't there, so it seems like a bust for now. The identity of the mysterious old lady the night shift saw is still a complete mystery. We're going to continue to look out with special consideration. So we made the identity of that old lady clear. We'll watch with 4 people. Okay. But I think this is all for naught. I think Kaiji is already just gone. But now I'm a little less sure of that because the fact that we're still with Endo, we're still seeing Endo's perspective and his plans and stuff, makes me think that they'll have some relevance, that Kaiji isn't done here yet. I don't know. The event that the old lady really was Kaiji will need to be able to capture him, so the normal team of just 2 people might be unreliable. Contact the entire lookout sector of the manhunting squad and rewrite all the shifts. Sawa. Shifts. Rewritten. Only in Fukumoto land can a statement like that feel so thrilling. Zawa indeed. But Zawa for the lookout team this time. Sorry, I made a really oblique reference in my own mind to something very, very obscure, which I have no reason to think that anyone would get, or even if they knew what it referred to, would see this as a reference to it. But there's a moment where it's Mango versus Leffen in Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Scar commentating, who's like a card-carrying Mango fanboy, says, "Oh no, for Leffen!" And the fact that he specifies for Leffen, meaning that by default he's just on like Team Mango, and when he says "oh no," it's because Mango is getting beaten up, and then he almost like accidentally says "oh no," and then is like worried that he seems to be cheering for Leffen, so he says "oh no" for Leffen. And it's become like a very minor meme. You'll see people like post that clip occasionally when something happens to Leffen. But for some reason, Zawa for the watch team. I don't know. I just love it. They're looking at each other with horror because it's just extra work. They're like, oh my god, we're probably not going to get paid overtime for this. Zawa. And when normally it's like Kaiji has drawn the lowest card and is now forced to bluff his way out of this one poker situation, or Kaiji has some dude with a knife that's gonna like stab him to death. Zawa. Just they have to work additional shifts. Oh, this is so great. It's wrong. Oh, the subordinates. Oh, Endo. You deserve better than this, my man. Seriously, the lady you were talking about, it's possible she might not be here anymore. Uh-oh. What do they mean by this? Oh no, because they always had people watching everything. It's not like she could have slipped out while they were in Kaiji's mom's apartment. So what do they mean by this? Possible she might not be here anymore. Been here ever since last night. Nobody close to that ever came out of that entryway. Means they're still in there. Whoever it was is still in that building. People aren't like just some kind of fog or smoke that will just fade away if you give them time. Truth is, when the mysterious old lady went inside the building, it was only a little while after that you came here, but in the meantime, for the 5 or so minutes between that and her going in, how should I put this? We were starting to fall asleep. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god, that is like the most humiliating and painful twist in the mind of Endo. First, that the entire basis of his investigation, the thing that gave him so much confidence, was based on shoddy information given by his subordinates. How embarrassing. For them, for him, for the entire Tei Corporation. 2, the assumption that he made that this mysterious old lady went into the building and never came out is not just refuted by the fact that, oh, maybe she did come out at some point. Isn't refuted by, oh, maybe she came out in a disguise, which is kind of what I think actually happened. But in his mind now, she just left like 5 minutes after she got there. She just went in to drop something off to a friend and then turned around and left. And she just hasn't been there the entire time. Can you imagine how this is going to make Endo feel? Can you imagine what is going to happen to these poor Tei schlubs? Good for them, though. That was heroic for them to finally admit that, to save themselves and others from having to work additional shifts. Maybe just others. They might be fired. Kind of feeling a classic Tei firing right now. Oh boy. Oh my god, Endo. Oh, Endo. Oh, I feel so bad for him. He's been right pretty much this entire time. I think the only slip up was this motorcycle helmet incident. I'm really convinced that that's what it's going to be. Because isn't it going to be beautiful where we get like 3 more chapters of Endo Adventures, and then it cuts to Kaiji like back in the camper with his bank books, ready for the next step, and he's like, well, I wonder what happened after I left. Like, do you think Endo's still there? Moron. Excuse us. Because of that, to put it frankly, if whoever was there last night finished their business quickly and came back out just as quickly, then as a result, we probably would have missed them. Oh. Damn, guys. Oh, Endo. Oh. You deserve better than this, my man. You deserve better than this. This isn't a fair fight. It's you versus Kaiji, but then you have less than no help in some regards. Oh no. I was thinking too highly of you. Oh, Endo, Endo, my poor Endo. Been thinking of you as people with no special powers of observation and discernment, but as unthinking as a standing sign that does nothing but stay in one place. I never expected any talent out of any of you. Anyone who'd expect great things from you would be a fool. But they're worse. They're worse than just a sign. What could be worse than just an inanimate object? It's the way I thought of you. At the same time, at the very least, surely, you should be able to serve one purpose of just being there. Be there like a sign in the middle of the street. I never expected I'd start thinking that way, but I did. But as a matter of fact, the sign that was standing one fell. This would be a good Fukumoto out of context panel. The sign that I expected to be standing went and fell over. Oh Lord, I love that. The sign just fell over. just really think about this analogy. That Endo deployed these people in the way that he would deploy a sign. And then he went back to check up on these people, and it was the sensation of going back and the sign had fell over. Oh, it's beautiful. A falling standing sign. Is there anything in the whole world less useful than that? By now, your level of incompetence is a goddamn work of art. Oh, I love it. You know that show, The Apprentice, which may actually end up being the most destructive show ever aired by legitimizing Trump in the eyes of millions. At any rate, what I want to see now is Tei Apprentice. The characters they can have. They got Endo as like the Gordon Ramsay-esque fuse box. They got Tonigawa, the great but flustered leader. They got the chairman himself, Who knows what's going on with that? Special guest appearances by Kazuya and his brother. Ah, the possibilities are endless. All right, but whatever. Endo, though, of course, would definitely be the guy that goes in and screams for the commercial cuts. Here it seems like he's still screaming, but there just isn't any more words to say. Or has he realized something? Have they all realized something? Did you just yawn while... Whoa, he did just yawn! Oh my god, I even missed that. The poor guy yawned. Well, he's been up for probably like 30 hours now. Guess I can't blame you. Been stationed here for over 16 hours now. Yeah, that's true. And then he's been awake for who knows long on top of that. It's natural. You're tired. You're tired, aren't you? Just sleepy, that's all. Just a little bit. Oh, and I don't like this grin. This is like a kill people grin. If you're tired, don't. I'll put you to sleep for the rest of eternity. Yeah, Endo is at it. He's absolutely at it. I think he's tired too. I think he's a little sleepy and cranky. But these poor subordinates. These poor subordinates? No. I've been back and forth on this like 3 times per chapter, but I feel bad for Endo. He should at least be able to act in confidence based on the recon team. That's the whole point of the recon team. For the recon team to be like, well, I don't know, it was like a good 5 to 10 minutes where we were asleep, so... What do you have? After that, what do you have? What has been the point of having them out there in the cars night after night, day after day, being paid to just sit there like an upright standing sign? Oh, it collapses. The shogi problem of capturing Kaiji, the closed apartment, is uprooted at its base and demolished by this cogent confession of a viable solution. Everything winds up right back where it started. Ooh, and the preview for next chapter says, what will Kaiji's next move be after earning his freedom? So I guess that kind of confirms it. Kaiji's out. I think you went through with the motorcycle helmet. Whoever suggested that. I'm sorry, I don't remember if it was a comment on my video or a comment I read on Mangadex, but you're a genius, whoever you are. That was a good read. I think that's what's going on here. Okay. Thank you, as always, to Fukumoto Crazy. I'm so excited to be reading these chapters soon after you scanlate them, which is soon after they come out, in Japan. Nothing is more exciting to me than being caught up with the world on manga. So, yeah, if you send them out, I'm going to read them. I'm going to read them ASAP. Okay, that's all for now.